What's that noise you hear?
Trucks that aren't supposed to be going through the neighborhoods. Dump trucks that aren't supposed to be going through the neighborhoods. And then behind me are front loaders and cranes and other debris trucks that aren't supposed to be in there because that pit is closed. It was cited just a few days ago by the Florida Department of Environmental Protection to stay closed. This particular pit, Rolling Hills, in the last 4 years has had 17 different violations. Several of them the same ones over and over again, including the lack of proper insurance, the lack of a plan of what to do when they're finished taking, when they're full, but as you can see, they're quite full. But the real impact is the lack of zoning, the lack of planning, and the lack of community input of what's going on in their neighborhoods. This neighborhood was here long before these 7 dumps that are surrounding them were here. And if this was in, your quote-unquote affluent neighborhood, it would never happen. They put up the required public notice, but you have to know where to look for those, and constantly have to be reading the newspaper and the classified ads because they only post it in one local newspaper. But what these people have done in the last few months is pretty remarkable, of organizing and maintaining that. They've tried this for about 7 years now, and they just couldn't get kick-started. And just a little information and some organizational skills really brought them together. And the other thing that absolutely helped is keeping this in the media. And that's so important with folks like you and our television station, and it is station, and our newspaper. And then we have a weekly that has done an incredible job on it. And just constantly feeding them new information to keep it alive and a new angle to it and such is what's helping the most. But they're still not getting any relief. And we've asked over and over again about the rules, the laws, etc., about when they can work and when they can't work. And we can't even get the answer to that. Apparently they can work 7 days, 24 hours, and not have any impact on the community. Well, you can hear that, and that on Sunday and on Saturday. On July 4th they were working, which they're not supposed to work unless it's an emergency. So folks out here in this wonderful playground and this wonderful community center was trying to celebrate the 4th of July. And they couldn't because of the noise. They couldn't be outdoors because of the noise and the dust that the landfill construction dump site was making.